Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to present for STA104 group project about our topic, which is study environment among Uitm Tapah student. So right now I'm going to brief about our topic introduction. First of all, most of students spend a significant amount of time studying. Most of students also have preferred ways of studying, which is include those Uitm Tapah student. Other than that, students' ability to learn is greatly influenced by their surrounding and environment. The environment in which students study is always changing and growing as well. Learning environment have changed throughout the year and can still grow to fit student needs and help students in achieving their academic goals. Next, we choose this topic is because we want to find out what kind of learning environment students prefer. According to the research, the learning environment is important to students' achievement. Positive learning environment have been shown to increase motivation and overall ability to learn in students. Moreover, we are interested in knowing how much students spend money on their education. After that, did each student have a different study routine? Finally, did the student use their time well? So right here is our 5 objectives for our research, which is to determine the importance of Uitm's Tapah students' study timetable, to determine the amount of money Uitm Tapah students spend on their books. Next, we have objective 3, which is to study how many hours per day Uitm Tapah students spend studying. For the 4th objective, to determine the preferred study place for Uitm Tapah student. And the last objective, which is to study how many days per week Uitm Tapah students studying online.
For this survey, the sample technique that we use is snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is a non-probability sampling technique. This technique is the best choice because there isn't a list of students at Uitm Tapah. With this approach, we can recruit participants via other participants. It is convenience approach that works well. By doing this, we can let people know about the questionnaire and ask Uitm Tapah students to respond. The population is 5,000 students at Uitm Tapah, and the sample is 100 students at Uitm Tapah. The sample technique is snowball sampling.
So the data collection method that we choose is a direct questionnaire, which is a form of survey that involves asking specific questions to respondents to acquire information or opinions on a particular issue. It is an organized method of capturing data that uses preset queries and frequently established response possibilities.
From this analysis, most students, which is 35%, come from Faculty of Applied Science and Faculty of Computing, Informatics and Media, while the remaining of students, that 30%, are from Faculty of Accountancy. From the bar chart, it shows a study timetable is important to 48% of students. However, it is also not important to 6% of students.
Following that, this pie chart displays the preferred study places as selected by Uitm Tapah students. Cafe are the most popular places to study for students, which represents 47% of the students. Meanwhile, pita, which is used by 18% of the students, is the least preferred study places. After that, from this histogram, we can see that the majority of students, which represents 46% of the students, study for a maximum of 3 to 4 hours every day. However, there are a few students, which is 4% of the students, spend 4 to 5 hours studying in a day. Next, we have Ojiv, which stands for the number of days studying online in a week. According to Ojiv, we can see that 40% of the students spend 2 to 3 days and 3 to 4 days studying online per week. There are also students who spend 4 to 5 days a week studying online, although they make up just 1% of all students.
For the next question is GPA last semester. We using frequency polygon to do the analysis, and then we make explanations. Most of the students, which is 80% of them, achieve a GPA of 3.01 to 4.00 for the previous semester. However, there are also a few students, which is 2% of them, who receive a GPA of 1.00 to 2.00 for the previous semester. For the last questions, which is amount spent on books per semester, we're going to measure of central tendency, MOCT, measure of dispersion, MOD, and then determine the shape of distributions. First of all, we're going to calculate the mean, and we got the average money spent on book per semester deviates from the mean as much as 130 ringgit. And the next, for median, 50% of the students spend less than 66 and 30 cents, and another 50% of students spend more than 66 ringgit, 30 cents on books per semester. And then for the mode, most of the students spend 119 and 32 cents on books per semester. Okay, next, for the measure of dispersion, MOD, we're going to calculate the standard deviation and variance. For standard deviation, we got RM 28 ringgit and 76 cent, and for the variance, we got RM 827 and 2 cent. And from all the data that we calculate, we got the shape of distribution that is negatively skewed to the left. For the conclusions, to complete this survey, we made a questionnaire to collect data and distributed it through WhatsApp and also Telegram. We got a total 100 response among Uitm Tapah students. At the end of our survey about the study environment among Uitm Tapah students, we could conclude that the majority of the response was students of Faculty Applied Science and also the students from Faculty of Computing, Informatics and Media. Most of the students prefer to study at cafe rather than PITAR and their room. Next, most of them are aware about the importance of study timetable to help them manage their schedule to study properly. Also, majority of the students usually study 3 to 4 weeks per day. Other than that, students studying online in 2 to 3 days in a week. Moreover, most of the students got a good GPA for the previous semester, which is 3.01 to 4.00. Last but not least, most of the students spend 101 ringgit to 150 on books per semester, which is a good investment for them to study.